What is going on, guys? Carter here with Edge Mindset. Thank you so much for taking the time to hang out with me on this unboxing, yet another unboxing. I could tell when I hit record on this video, I would get a lot of people wanting to engage. I would get a lot of people wanting to give me those thumbs up. I would get a lot of people wanting to hit that subscribe button. I knew it. I could feel it. Don't let me down. I can feel it inside my bones that you guys want to do it. We've got a very cool unboxing here. This is an unboxing from Bob's Hamster Supplies. This is hilarious. This is absolutely hilarious. Spoiler alert, this is not from Bob's Hamster Supplies. I get his packages on Thursdays. Today is Thursday. I get his packages on Friday. Today's Thursday. No, I don't get any Bob's Hamster Supplies anything. This is a joke, but I think you're gonna like the perpetrator of this joke. I think you're gonna be like, oh, I didn't actually expect that. Now, I assume that it's not just a joke. I assume that it's somewhat an attempt to thwart package thieves from taking things, right? Oh, wow. Wait a minute. What do we got going on here? Okay, I might be wrong. Okay, we're going to have to do some more advanced techniques. Maybe this isn't from who I think it is. Yes, it is. Wow. Okay. They must have been getting hit really hard with some thievery, because I have never seen a company packaged this way. Ever. This has, I have only seen this sort of package technique done by private sellers, for this very reason. Because there's a lot of issues with shipping companies, employees stealing packages, especially if they know where these are coming from. So this was not a knife that I purchased on the secondary market. This is from Emerson Knives Inc. So they must be getting hit hard with thievery to change their shipping from information and to package it this way. Feel really bad for that. I mean, not my fault, but I feel bad that they have to go through that. But this is a very cool knife indeed. Soul Breaker, number 124. Soul Breaker, number 124. And you may be like, Soul Breaker? I've never heard of the Soul Breaker model. That's because this model is a group knife for the Emerson Knife Owner Group. Here it is, the Soul Breaker. So this is made specifically for the Facebook group. There's their logo, EKOG. And then on this side, we have the Emerson skull. And you usually only see this Emerson skull on certain customs. So being able to get this in a production knife is very, very cool on that beautiful, beautiful Tanto blade. Number 124 out of 263. That's a little bit of a random number, but I wonder if they took, no. I don't know. I don't know where the 263 came from. Maybe from the amount of people that expressed interest. This sucker is smooth. This baby is smooth. You may have also noticed that it's running Magna Cut, which is always very cool. And it's got that chisel ground edge that I really, really like. Even though it's backwards, it's still very, very cool. This is a waveless design. It also has the really aggressive large pattern grip on the G10. This is not your normal Emerson G10 that you would typically see. This is something more like on a Strider, although it feels even grippier than what's on a Strider. Little fun fact, Emerson makes their own G10. I don't know if they make all their G10. I don't know if they make this pattern, but the normal Emerson G10 style, I always wondered because it's a very unique G10. The texture on it, the pattern, I've never seen it used anywhere else, and that's because they make their own G10 in-house, and so it's somewhat of a proprietary blend. This is a large knife. Ergonomics, as callow blades would say, are through the roof on the ergonomics. What a cool frickin' knife. I'm thinking that it doesn't feel very heavy for being such a large knife. Let's see what kind of weight we're rocking here. 5.2 ounces. That is not bad at all. I'm thinking that it's probably, I can't remember, looks like they're doing titanium on both sides again. I can never keep it straight. They've gone back and forth. Like back in the day, they did titanium on both sides, and then for a while on the non-locking side, they did stainless steel They flip back and forth. It looks like they are back on the full titanium now. Really cool knife. So let me explain what a group knife is in case I glossed over and maybe you don't know what it is. So in the knife world, Facebook groups are still a big thing. You know, I know Facebook is pretty much dead for everything else, and it's nothing but a bunch of old ladies hanging out complaining about fast food restaurants that slighted them and things like that. But the knife community on Facebook is still very, very strong. And I still, to this day, recommend people go to Facebook for the Facebook groups. I don't care if you look at your cousin's baby pictures. I don't care if you post anything that you did. It doesn't bother me, but join some knife groups because there's some really cool people there. And this is where you're going to get the most kind of action in the knife world is on the Facebook group. So one of those Facebook groups is EKOG. It's a very large Emerson group. And they're not only very active on Facebook, they're very active at knife shows and things like that, right? So they're all friends. Well, not all of them, but a lot of friends in there that meet up. They go get food at knife shows. They help each other out. They share pictures and stories of knives in their lives. And it's very, very cool to see. And so what Emerson did, because their Emerson official is part of that group, right? They participate. They engage with people in that group. And so part of what they do is special knife runs that are exclusive to the group. So you could only get this knife by ordering it from the group. I believe, if I remember correctly, you ordered it on the website, but you needed a code to access it that they spread on the website. So obviously, you know, you could get that code from somebody and you could get in, but you know what I mean. For all intents and purposes, this was not a knife you would just go to the Emerson site and order. You needed to be a part of the group. And so it's limited, it's numbered, it's got the logo on there. It's kind of just a really cool piece to have. In fact, this is a group knife as well for the Chavez Facebook knife group. Right there, CKG 2024, 2023. It just takes them a really long time to make theirs. So they announce the group knife for 2023, but they don't actually get the dang things done till like the end of the next year. This one wasn't bad. It was, I think, a month and a half from when I pre-ordered this to when it came in. So not too bad at all. A very cool kind of unique knife that, you know, on one hand you could say it looks like an Emerson. It does. But it also is not a configuration you can get normally. And we're talking the whole design too. This isn't just, you know, like in the case of this knife, it's just the inlay that's really exclusive to this run. And of course, you know, it says CKG on it. With this knife, this model only exists as a group knife. Now, I wouldn't put it past Emerson, given the popularity of this design, to do maybe a production run of it. You know, that would be kind of a shame, but I could see that happening. Obviously, without the EKOG markings and without the Emerson, probably in regular 154 CM and probably regular G10. But I could see that happening. But it would be really cool if this whole model just remains as the group knife, and maybe next year they do another run, but just a different configuration, black coated blade, colored G10. I don't know. Sky's the limit with these kind of things, but very cool nonetheless. So comment down below, did this video inspire you to join any knife Facebook groups, or at least go in and explore that possibility? That's also a great place to buy, sell, trade. You got to be careful, got to do your research, but that's where I do most of my buying and selling and trading. So if you haven't already, go check out the Facebook groups, EKOG specifically. Let me know what you think of this knife. Thanks for hanging out. Catch you later.